guys, welcome back. It's Jill here. This is our second video of our van build series. Today we're going to be tackling the first step of our installation, which is sound deadening. If you missed our pre-build walkthrough of the van, you can go back and check that video out. But yeah, today we're going to be jumping into sound deadening. Okay, this is the product that we're using. We got it from carbuilders.com.au. It's a sound deadener made from that. It's just a really heavy kind of sticky butyl material with the reflective stuff on this side. You can get it in black or other stuff if you want to have it shown, but we're going to be covering it up. So this is the one that was in stock, the silver one. So when you open it up, this is what it looks like. You can see there it has like a peel off back, and that stuff's super sticky. And then this is the outside. So I'll quickly take you through where we're going to be applying it in the van. You can see in these open places is where it makes the most difference. That's where you get the rattle as you're driving down the road. So this is what came from the factory. It's sort of really thin and more foamy, like hard foam, than it is the sticky sound deadener stuff. So that's why we're going to be applying over the top of this, because this is impossible to get off. But you can see these big open panels is where it will make the most difference. And you can actually see I've put a little bit in here already just when we first picked up the product to test it. So I can give you a little demonstration of the difference in sound that you get from this. So this is a sort of similarly sized panels. This is it without it, and this is it with it. So hopefully you can hear the difference in that, but that's kind of what we're going to be aiming for in the whole place. So you can see here we have marked out one of the windows that we're going to be putting in. So it's 1 meter by 300 millimeters. And then we'll be doing the same on this side. So I'll be leaving those spots without it, because we're just going to be chopping those out soon anyway. And then also around this hole here is where we'll be putting in the vent. So I will also defend a max air fan. So I'll also be leaving that spot free as well, so that we don't waste any extra product. But I'll give you a quick demonstration of how to put this on, and then yeah, we'll get cracking. Okay, the tools you need to apply this are really simple. You just need the product itself, an applicator tool, which you can usually get where you buy these from, otherwise like an auto body shop. Here we call it like Super Cheap Auto, is somewhere you could find it. And then a pair of simple scissors. This is pretty easy to cut, so you don't need anything too fancy. Also helpful is a pen if you're trying to mark out what sizes, where you've got to cut things to. But that's about it. So we'll jump on in and I'll show you how to apply one. So first you just want to measure your space. So we've got a window going in here, so I'm just going to be putting it in this panel. This product, they say, needs to cover about 60% to really get the most out of its performance. So you don't have to cover the whole space, just the majority. The more the better, but yeah, over half, I guess. So I just need to take a little bit off this side. You can tuck it in the sides a bit behind that sheet metal, but it's pretty sticky, so you know, make the job easier on yourself, hey? So I'm just going to take a strip off down here and whack that in. I might even use that strip back down the bottom. So I will cut that. I'm happy with how that's going to fit in there. I think I'll kind of put it about there and then use some of that offcut just to pop in this little gap down the bottom. So when you're ready, just peel a little bit of the backing paper off. I find like sort of like contacting books, I guess. You can think back to your school days, and then just sort of pop the top bit on. And you want to try and get it so that there's not creases and air bubbles happening in there. So start at the top, and then slowly peel this away as you apply it down. And make sure you're working out any creases to keep it as flat as possible, because obviously it's the contact with the sheet metal that stops the sound. Cool, so once you've got it on there, and you've kind of got to push down as much as you can, grab your applicator tool and you just got to roll it on. Sweet. So once it's all looking pretty nice and flat, you can actually go in with the end of the tool. I sound like a beauty guru now. I'm going in with the back end of the roller. So you just want to press in around the corners to make sure that that's all super flat as well. So I'm going to go ahead and keep applying it to all the other panels that we've got going on. And yeah, I'll check back in with you soon. There's been a little bit of dust accumulating on the wheel well, so before I start on that, I'm just going to give it a quick wipe down, just so that the stuff adheres better. There's also a little bit of overspray, I think, from when the factory did their rust proofing kind of treatment inside the walls, so there's a little bit of sticky residue on here. So I'm just using a mix of Metho and water and a cloth, and I'll just give that a good wipe down before I get started on that bit. So we'll be going full coverage on this, and obviously it's got some curves and bumps and things at the front here, so it'll be a little bit of an art project, so we'll get stuck in and see how we go. Okay, so that is one side done. I actually have to go and pick up our windows now from the manufacturer, so I'll probably get to finish this off tomorrow, hopefully. Good morning, guys, welcome back. It is day 2 of the sound deadening mission. When I left you guys yesterday, I was going to pick up these windows, so we've got those now. They'll be going in hopefully in the next week or so, and we'll be able to sort of get those holes cut out and the windows in before we leave. So I will be working on this next wall today. That wall is pretty much finished. I don't think I'm going to get to do the ceiling. It's really that's quite hot. It's been in the sun for an hour or so already. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we'll get the sidewalls done, and hopefully that'll kind of get us a bit closer to our end goal of being able to cut in windows, put up the next lot of insulation, and get jumping. I've done all along the top, trying to get in behind these cavities as much as possible, because obviously there's actually really big bits of metal that go all the way in these pockets, so I've filled those up as much as I can. So I've done that side, leaving space for the windows. Same again over here. And then this one here, we are thinking we'll put a window in, but we're not sure what size yet. So I've left that mostly blank for the moment until we decide. All along the bottom, and these wheel arches are looking spectacular. So it should be a lot quieter. I think I'll wait to do the ceiling until I can do that with Steve. Working above your head, it's always great to have some help. Other things I have learned through this process that I'll pass on as a tip for you guys. It's been 29 degrees here while I've been doing this. That's like 84 degrees Fahrenheit. I would suggest trying to wait till it's cooler. It's been really sticky and it's sort of been a little bit hard to work with. I think too cold, and obviously you've got a different problem, but I don't know, maybe that 24, 26, that's probably the sweet spot for doing this. Also, paper cuts or alfoil cuts, I don't know, from the metal, have been pretty nasty. You can see, got some big slices across my hands and my knuckles from cutting. So if you're not into that kind of thing, maybe get some protective gloves, so like the ones that are for steel work might be handy. But yeah, other than that, it's been pretty simple. So yeah, give it a go. I'd love to hear your thoughts on how you've found sound editing, or if you're planning on doing it in your van. Yeah, let us know. And next up, we'll be cutting some windows in and maybe trying to get some of the insulation on the walls. So if you want to see those videos, subscribe and follow along. We look forward to having you. See you. Bye.